Hello everyone, again welcome to the lecture on the historical aspects of alternative dispute resolution. We are trying to uh, focus, or what you say, trace down how the histories of dispute settlement has been inculcated in our society from ancient till date. So we were discussing about the British period and now moving ahead to the Pakistan era. So there were not much substantial developments except the Basic Democracy Act of 1959, which was the first types of what you call it steps to reform the local level institutions by bringing four tiers of rural local government system. The Union Council, the lowest among all, was bestowed with multiple functions encompassing maintenance of law and order in the villages as well as adjudication of petty disputes. Now, the Basic Democracy Act is basically another traces of developments which reflects the authoritarian type of regulation. Although it says democracy, it basically focusing on making a system whereby a top to bottom chain of command will be strengthened and continued so that common people have less to say about anything. So that was the reason why this act is being enacted. And although it is called democracy, it doesn't actually the reflection of democracy. This is again, we can see how the British administration envisioned to reach to the local people and to maintain the contact and control over them. The Basic Democracy Act is a piece of legislation like that. And then the Muslim Family Law Ordinance 1961, a brilliant piece of legislation, no doubt about it, for the reason that it regulates and brought some uh, uh, legal mechanisms for the regulation of Muslim family life affairs. The ordinance has brought several issues, among which includes conciliation uh, in the dispute settlement aspects, and the arbitration in the family matters. Arbitration by the UP chairman was another aspects in the MFLO. So again, then the Conciliation Courts Ordinance 1961 during this Pakistan era, where um, basic laws to deal with issues such as marriage, polygamy, maintenance, marriage rights, and inheritance. The Industrial Relations Ordinance 1961 can be again mentioned as another piece of legislation to incorporate issues like conciliation and settlement of industrial disputes in an informal ways. The establishment of Bangladesh, during the Bangladesh era, the establishment of Parishad again was actually the changing name of Union Council during the Pakistan era. Actually, Union Council was named as Union Panchayat and then it was renamed as Union Parishad. The government of Bangladesh established village courts in 1976 to settle minor civil and criminal disputes. The court was not to determine the rights and wrongs, rather to settle the problem amicably. The far greater objective of the village court was to allow poor villages in getting access to justice without any cost, as well as erupting unwanted arbitrary decisions of the dominant and elite classes in the name of justice. Moreover, developing greater participation of poor people and parties in the dispute mechanism, this was adopted. The Village Court Act. And as you all know that the Village Court Act was changed, and now we have the Village Court Act of 2006. This is the law which has substantially amended in 2013, and this is the law applicable in nowadays. I mean, in the context of our society. We will have a class on the village courts where we will see the dynamics of these village court mechanisms. So, to bring some summary, the panchayat system of ancient northern Indian practice and elsewhere in the subcontinent, including Bengal, was the lowest tier of local government since time immemorial, which was also functioned somewhat as a court, having jurisdiction over members of different castes and occupations belonging to same village or municipality. The initial development of the panchayats was a spontaneous phenomenon to meet the social needs, and they were quite independent in their work. The panchayat had jurisdiction over almost every type of disputes arising in the village community. They decided both civil and criminal cases, and the powers were also not ordinarily bound within the financial limit. And in Bangladesh, as per the present scenario, we have so many laws which have adopted the alternative measures of dispute settlement. And the reason that these dispute settlements are amicable, are easy, are less formal, which, I mean, historically we see that we have a tendency of settling the disputes amicably with other parties, and we are more comfortable with less formality. That is what it suggests. Therefore, Bangladeshi laws are supporting and incorporating the alternative dispute resolution mechanisms where parties get more flexibility to solve the disputes. So several laws are mentioned in the lectures, which includes Arbitration Act 2001, CPC, then Orthorin Adalat Ain or Manilun Court Act, Bangladesh Labor Act, Family Court Ordinance, Muslim Family Laws Ordinance, the Conciliation of Dispute Municipal Areas Board Act 2004, the Village Court Act 2006. Bank Companies Act 1991, the Parvati Chattogram Birudh Nishputti Commission Ain 2001, Income Tax Ordinance also provides ADR mechanisms. Value Added Tax Act also provides same. Customs Act, yeah, same. The EPZ Trade Union and Industrial Relations Act 2004, EPZ Trade Welfare Society and Labor Industrial Relations Act 2010. There are many other laws which has again incorporated the alternative dispute resolution type mechanisms which reflects our ideas. But again, if we look at the historical aspects and total scenario of our society, apart from the ADR mechanisms under the laws, the traditional Shalish system still is dominant in the rural areas of Bangladesh. Now, part of that has been incorporated under the Village Court Act, where we see weekly, once or twice, the village court sits in the Union Parishad Center and thereby settle the disputes. But again, that has its limitations, and a large number of disputes in the village areas are being settled by, again, like ancient and medieval systems. The headman, the leader of this particular clan, the leader of the community, the most senior respected persons, or some people who are assigned by the community or groups to settle the disputes. Sometimes the leaders of the family, that it takes the responsibility of settling the disputes in the family matters among the families. And sometimes local political elites also take the lead to settle the dispute. So there are different ways still without, reaching to the courtyard, people are settling their disputes amicably. And that has the historic genesis to the ancient panchayat system. The law is not, our formal law does not cover that other than the village court. So yeah, I think this is how, it is continued. And yeah, the formal law always is in a vision to curtail this informality of systems and thereby bringing more jurisdictional spectrum within the formal law. However, due to the limitations of the court capacity, limitations of the number of judges, in ratio to the number of people in the country, the limitations in terms of the establishment of infrastructural facilities are all reasons for the failure of bringing all the issues within the court spectrum. uh, yeah, the model like Village Court Act can be more useful, and more of such model can be installed so that future disputes are the way being settled by informality or informal procedure should have somehow should have somehow uh, come within the purview of the formality of formal system. Thank you very much and good luck.